The narrative surrounding climate change has become increasingly polarized, with many accusing scientists and mainstream media of deceiving the public about the severity and causes of this issue. While it is essential to acknowledge that the scientific consensus on climate change is clear, human activities, particularly the emission of greenhouse gases, are significantly contributing to global warming. There are valid concerns about the dissemination of information on this topic. One reason for the perception of deception is the complexity of climate science itself. Climate change is a multifaceted issue influenced by a variety of natural and human-induced factors. The Earth's climate system is inherently chaotic, making it challenging to predict with absolute certainty the consequences of our actions. Scientists, in their attempts to convey the urgency of the situation, may oversimplify the issue or focus on the most alarming projections, which can be misinterpreted as exaggeration or dishonesty. Moreover, the media plays a significant role in shaping public opinion on climate change. The 24-hour news cycle and the need for sensationalism can lead to the amplification of extreme views, creating a false narrative of disagreement among scientists. In reality, the scientific consensus on the anthropogenic causes of climate change is robust, with over 97% of climate scientists agreeing that human activities are the primary cause of global warming. However, the media's tendency to provide a platform for contrarian views, often presented as a means of balance, can create confusion and undermine trust in the scientific community. Another factor contributing to the perception of deception is the influence of special interest groups. Fossil fuel companies, in particular, have a vested interest in downplaying the severity of climate change and casting doubt on the scientific consensus. These groups have engaged in deliberate disinformation campaigns, often using persuasive but misleading arguments to sway public opinion. Mainstream media, in its pursuit of objectivity, may inadvertently provide a platform for these misleading claims, further muddying the waters. Additionally, the politicization of climate change has led to a polarized debate, with each side accusing the other of dishonesty. The partisan divide on climate change is stark, with many conservatives viewing it as a liberal hoax, while liberals see it as a pressing issue requiring immediate action. This polarization has created an environment in which facts are often secondary to ideology and scientific information is cherry-picked to support pre-existing beliefs. It is also important to acknowledge that scientists, like any other group, are not immune to biases and mistakes. The pressure to secure funding, publish research, and advance careers can lead to a focus on the most sensational or alarming findings, rather than a nuanced presentation of the complexity of the issue. Furthermore, the reliance on climate models, which are inherently uncertain, can create a perception of dishonesty when projections are not borne out by observations. Despite these challenges, it is essential to recognize that the vast majority of scientists and mainstream media outlets are not intentionally deceiving the public about climate change. The scientific consensus on this issue is clear, and the evidence supporting human-caused global warming is overwhelming. While there are legitimate concerns about the communication of climate science, these should not be used to dismiss the urgency of the issue or the need for immediate action. By acknowledging the complexities and challenges associated with climate science, and working to improve the dissemination of accurate information, we can build trust and foster a more informed public debate on this critical issue. Ultimately, it is essential to approach the topic of climate change with a critical and nuanced perspective, recognizing both the uncertainties and the certainties, and working towards a common goal of mitigating its impacts.